I'm going to talk now. Fuck. Sorry.
Diva. Jesus.
I know.
I know I'm high maintenance.
God damn.
Alrighty. Welcome to episode 13 of the Nerdcast podcast. Not your regular dialogue. I go by the name of Toner, and I am joined by the rest of the Nerdcast crew. We are back in the command center. I got Joe Dust.
My name is William, and I like to wear dresses.
I apologize in advance. We have Big Matt,
What's up?
Cripple J,
Hello.
and Sound Guy Steve.
Happy Labor Day.
I hear intro music. All right. As always, at this point of the show, we'd like to recognize our unofficial beer sponsor. And for that, I go to our official beer snob, Jay, to let us know who our beer sponsor is.
And we are drinking Kirkwood Station Blackberry Wheat. 4.8% ABV, 11 IBUs. Solid stuff.
I didn't leave it in my fridge today. From last recording, we were supposed to be drinking this. But I didn't bring it.
Yay! Good job, Toner. Way to remember.
So it's aged for 2 weeks.
That's right. Still tastes good.
Gets the job done.
Wow. Loser.
Yes. All right. So, Matthew,
Sir.
as always, I don't pay attention in these meetings we have beforehand, so what are we talking about today?
Oh, we have quite a plethora to go over today. But we're going to start off with what I like to call the Skylar White cunt scale.
Good. Something our female audience would love to hear.
This is something that was created out of the minds of, I guess, myself and the ever-elusive command center not leaving Bobby, where we kind of just listed to each other characters on television that we just can't stand. And you kind of rank them by how many Skylar Whites they equal, because I can't stand Skylar White. She's my most hated character ever on television. There's no one that could top her, hence she's the namesake of the scale. And from henceforth, anytime you find someone that you hate, you can either apply it to real life, you can apply it to movies. I applied it to mostly to television. You can say, hey, she equals about 20 Skylar Whites. That's kind of where it came from.
And for those who may not know, who is Skylar White?
Skylar White is the wife of one Walter White on the show Breaking Bad. And I believe Joe had something sent to him by one of our loyal listeners that went over why Skylar White is the cunt of all cunts.
Well, it actually does not explain why she is.
But it goes into... It doesn't explain why she is what she is, but explains, that there's a strong following of people that just can't stand her.
Yeah, Ginger Spice, man. Our loyal redhead listener. Cutest listener we got.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I've seen her photos.
How
I mean,
dare
no, I
you,
haven't.
sir?
No, I
Wait a
haven't.
minute, how dare you? Your mother listens to this show.
I have them in my wallet. I'll show them to you. Yeah, but she sent me what Vince Gilligan said about that, because really nobody in the universe likes Skylar White. She's pretty much a all-around hated character, I think. And Vince Gilligan said, man, I don't see it that way at all. We've been at events and had all our actors up on stage. People ask Anna Gunn, why is your character such a bitch? And with the risk of painting too broad a brush, I think the people who have these issues with wives being too bitchy on Breaking Bad are misogynists. Plain and simple. I like Skylar a little less now that she's succumbed to Walt's machinations. Is that how you pronounce that?
We'll go with it, yeah.
Sorry. I could spell it, I just can't say it. But in the early days, she was the voice of morality on the show. She was the one telling him, you can't cook crystal meth. She's got a tough job being married to this asshole. And this, by the way, is why I should avoid the internet at all costs. And my reply to that's like, kudos, Vince. That's why you cast a leading female role in all of your Oh, just kidding.
Nope, not at all. Not at all.
Go, dude. Don't make fun of my sub-female characters that I create in all of my shows.
Because here's the thing. This is why Walter White is one of my most favorite characters of all time on television. It started off with the right premise. And this is
white premise.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, I definitely saw what he did there.
That's a racial joke.
What would Sean Connery have to say about that?
The white premise.
Mind you, that is not his Bane impression at all.
Why do you have so much meth in your lab?
Not bad.
Not good.
Yeah, it's doable.
Fuck you, Jay. Go hobble around, you son of a bitch.
Cripple J.
Jeez, man.
Okay.
No love on the podcast today.
Steve, you look like you got raped by a pro golfer. He has no reply for that either.
Did you just walk off the links? You look like...
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
The neon yellow Oakley is awesome.
Me and Camilo Villegas had a fucking 69 on the 8th hole. I shoved my one iron up his ass, and he sucked my sand wedge off. So there you go.
So, Skylar White.
Jesus.
I don't know what just happened. Okay.
This tangent just
either.
went
I'm a
really
rat.
far off. But anyway, the reason
I don't
why
make fun of your fucking shirts you always wear. Wayne and fucking Reese's Pieces fuck you cups over there.
You Joe in your black T-shirt.
I have nothing there. That's why.
We're trying to do the cunt scale, Steve.
He's rating pretty high right now.
You.
Yeah.
Good lord.
This is a
You know what's
serious
gonna suck
podcast.
is if we used Max Frost in this intro. It's gonna be like dun, 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 dun. So we're going to the cunt scale.
You're going to lose a friend, Joe.
Sorry, Max.
You knew what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
If you ever took the time
You
to
should have
listen.
done your research.
Exactly. Don't get into bed with our operation. But please sponsor us.
Yeah.
As Toner will say, fuck all of you.
Fuck you. Keep listening.
Yep, there you go. But anyway, Skylar White. Let's get back to the scale here. So the reason why Walter White. The reason why he even started, right? He wanted to support his family. This was a way of making fast money before he had about a year to live. The show takes place over a year's period of time. And she, trying to take the moral high ground, how dare she? A man has to do whatever he has to do to take care of his family in a situation like that. That's why I kind of, did he go about a legal way? No, but he still did what was the right thing to do. He was trying to take care of his family. Then you go off into the whole, hey, I did it because I liked it kind of thing. But to be debated at another time. But anyway, the Skylar White cunt scale. So what I did was I took characters from TV that I ranked 1 to 5 and gave a couple honorable mentions. I believe only Jay and I did the scale. Toner, did you do any rankings?
I don't watch nearly as much TV as you guys do,
Okay.
but I definitely have I have a few hated characters, not
Okay.
the top 5. But
Okay, and I'm sure Joe will throw in a lost character, maybe. We'll see.
No, but I have one in mind too.
Okay. So anyway, Jay here, you and I go back and forth on this. We'll go bottomless top.
That works.
All right. So number 5 on my list is Lori Grimes from The Walking Dead. Can't stand her character on the show at all. Very close relation to Skylar White, where she's impeding the hero of the story. So can't stand her.
I agree with all of it. I had her as an honorable mention.
Honorable mention. Okay. Then number 4, I went to Margaret Schroeder from Boardwalk Empire. Fucking Scott cunt bitch. I can't stand.
Oh, Jesus. I'm not playing this for my church group.
She was
Father
awful.
Thompson, come listen.
She was awful.
Hold on, be right there.
You guys don't understand. She was. Again, you got a guy that took pity on this bitch whose husband basically beat on her, took her out of a horrible situation, and then she tries to take the moral high ground of how he tries to take care of her. Again, a guy trying to take care of a family, and who are you to say how he takes care of her? He's being good to her, and she thinks she's better than him. Fuck that shit. I'm not down with that. Jay, Cripple J, go.
All right. My number 5, since we didn't say it, was Guys Baltar from Battlestar Galactica.
I don't watch Battlestar, but
Oh, man.
Did-
You just nerded the fuck out.
Oh, I did.
I know, Jesus.
Left field.
He was responsible for the last human's planet to be destructed by the robots. So
Spoilers, Jesus, Jay. No, I'll get
it's
around
first
to watching
episode.
it. It's all okay. All right.
So
It sets up the story of why they're
Yeah.
All right.
and basically throughout the whole thing, he's scheming to try to get power, and
Mhm.
just a very unlikable character. And number 4, I had Gemma Teller.
Ooh, good.
The
debate
way
right there.
the way she just manipulated everybody on that show, just
Jax, how would you feel about your mom being on the cunt scale?
Fuck her, I'll put a fucking bullet in her head when she's looking at the camera. Do you have anyone else from that show on there? Because
no, that was the only one.
I was actually going to say Tara.
Tara, she was kind
Yeah.
of, but same reasons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had a guy that was taking care of his family, and she just didn't agree with the way that he did it.
Gemma was at least kind of interesting in some episodes because she was a bitch.
Yeah.
Tara was more or less like, oh, God, I hurt my wrist. I'm going to wear this fucking brace, and you can't touch my kids. And I'm like, oh, man, this is riveting television. I was a little bit, I got an
I like the
erection
fact
when
that
Gemma
she went
just,
between
boom.
she went between the name of Tara and Tara a lot. And I
Right.
was like, just decide what the fuck is your name and how are you going to pronounce it.
That was called lazy acting.
Oh, all right. So we're on number 3
Yep.
on the list. All right, number 3 on the list. Cersei,
Agreed.
Cersei
Oh.
Lannister.
Shame.
Shame. that was that not uncomfortable to watch that a little bit?
Oh,
I
Yeah,
thought
at
that
first
was-
you're like, "Oh snap, she's gonna be naked." And
Yeah,
then it's
wait,
like
oh,
4
if
minutes
it-
of shit getting
yeah.
thrown on her, and literally like
Yeah,
shit
literal.
getting thrown on her, and you're like, "Okay."
But didn't
No,
she have
spoilers.
a body double
Come
for
on.
that episode?
That's
I
what
heard?
they
I'm
said
only in
afterwards.
season 4, so
Oh, shit! Sorry, sorry.
We
Sorry.
just
No.
spoiled the
Sorry, you
shit
entered
out
the
of that.
Thunderdome.
no, you guys have already spoiled a lot of the show for me.
You
So
came in late to the
And then
Yes,
she
I did.
dies, and I'm like, oh.
spoilers.
assholes.
I just couldn't. The part where she gave Joffrey a hand job was a little bit uncomfortable because that was her son.
That's really going to be awkward since he's dead where I'm at.
Neck
Well,
for
that
food.
was what was awkward when I was watching it.
It's a dream sequence.
She's like, "Honey, why are you limp?"
Oh,
'Cause-
Where's Daddy?
You guys shake your head, but there's so much incest and shit in that
Oh.
show. That show's
Well,
no-
another.
Where's Daddy
Speaking
Jamie?
of Cersei being ancestral, there you go.
Jamie. He's full on lefty now in that show.
Yeah.
He's constantly giving himself the stranger, whether he wants to or not.
The metal hand gets a little cold, so
Yeah.
Is it bad that I've only seen a half episode of
Yes.
Breaking Bad and I've never seen Walking Dead?
Mm,
I just I
Yes.
haven't had.
You're just
That's
not
about
too
as bad as
okay.
me have never seen Kill Bill yet.
Yeah,
I still haven't watched
I haven't
that.
seen Breaking Bad yet, and I'm a season and a half behind on The Walking Dead.
but you've seen every episode of Supernatural.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
C-Dub.
There's nothing wrong with the CW.
if you're in high school.
Please.
Hey, say what you will, but the CW has perfected the comic book TV show.
They
I
have.
think
I'll give them that.
They've done that.
I don't watch Gilmore Girls, fuckhead. It's actually a superhero show.
Yeah, it's off the air.
Well, yeah, but it's on Netflix
You have every season on DVD too.
and Blu-ray. Proceed with the cunt scale.
Oh, cunt scale. I think Tony would have Jay on his cunt scale. To be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Is
most
episode
days he
13
does.
going to be called cunt scale? 'Cause that's going to be hard to market.
No, it's going to be called the Big Gay Toners. I love that, dude. I fucking pissed myself when I saw your emoticon for him on that. Oh my god.
Steve, you have to be more descriptive.
Yeah, for our
though.
fantasy football.
Oh, yeah, so our fantasy football, we get done drafting, and I'm over at Lori's house, and I go, and I'm starting to laugh. She goes, "What are you laughing at?" I go, "Come here." And I go, "Have you seen South Park with Big Gay Al?" She's like, "No." I'm like, "Here, look at this." And she's like, she was laughing, almost crying because of that. It was fucking hilarious. I mean, it's
You might
got
have to
the
throw
Big
the
Gay
logo
Al.
up on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we will have to do that because it's
I
fucking
put
great.
Tony's head on Big A's album.
That is fucking great.
But hopefully we don't get in trouble for spamming. And we'll get to that in a little
Yeah,
while.
yeah,
Pending litigation.
Yeah.
Pending litigation.
fucking cuts.
All right, where are we at?
Number 2.
We're number 2 on the list. My number 2 is Joffrey from Game of Thrones.
Fuck you, Joffrey.
Joffrey's the fucking
Dude,
asshole.
I actually thought his character was awesome. Though. He's a good actor.
Well, first thing we ever saw him in
How do we
was,
know he's really acting?
Batman Begins. He
I
was
know.
the
I've seen
videos
little
of
kid
him.
in Batman Begins.
Other videos. He's
Why
a cool
didn't
little-
Batman
Who?
rip out his throat? I guess
He
he had no
is
idea the evil
what-
that was on that fucking fire
Pure
escape.
evil.
Oh yeah, that was him, wasn't it?
Which one?
Yes.
Forgot about that.
You said Batman Begins. Which
He
guy?
was the little kid that Batman threw his sonic detector to.
Oh, when he's
He was
hanging
the little
off?
kid. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
He was like,
Arrows.
"Can your parents
All right,
come
gotcha.
over for things?" He's like, "My parents are dead."
Oh,
Sorry,
man.
but Joffrey, he's insane. He's demonic. He's just everything wrong with a human being is wrong with Joffrey, and his like the Scientologists have thetans. His Skylar White cuntisms, we'll say, or what are we gonna with cuntins is what we'll call them.
Contents, yes.
His body's exploding with cuntins, we'll say. So that's why he's number 2 on the list, and he'll be solidly at number 2 forever, I think. But-
See, we've debated this in email. I got Skylar White at number 2, with Joffrey at number 1.
Oh,
Just the physical acts Joffrey did in the show, just kind of put him over
his
the top for
his
me.
torture of what was the redhead's name on the show?
The whore.
Yeah.
No,
Roz?
well,
Sansa.
Roz, yeah,
Roz.
but no,
Sansa.
Sansa. His treatment of Sansa,
Yeah.
it just didn't sit right.
Roz kind of got the short end of several sticks.
yeah, to say the least.
Short end of a little finger.
Oh yeah, that too.
But so you had Joffrey at number one because he's evil.
Yeah.
He's fucking evil, and it's just I like the fact that we were able to put a guy on the list because just because you're a guy doesn't mean you can't be a cunt.
I got 3 guys that I just thought of real quick.
Who you got? Go.
Carl, because I fucking hate Carl from The Walking Dead, you piece of shit. I don't
No,
give
wait,
a fuck
no.
if you're 6 years old or 13 years old. Stay in the fucking house, Carl. It's the zombie apocalypse. They don't want you to die. Don't walk around the fucking farm frolicking like a little bitch. Like, oh, I'm going to go into the woods. I'm going to see what's in there. There's fucking zombies in there, Carl. Stay in the house.
Can I lure the old man out to the zombies?
I've never understood the hatred for Carl.
Carl's a... Oh, my God. Okay, yes.
It's
the end of
because
the
he
world.
never does what he's
Coral.
told to do.
Well, but the thing is,
Yeah,
he's
Coral.
just a kid.
I understand he's a kid. He's growing up in a shit time.
Yeah,
I understand
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I have sympathy galore, but it's like, hey, fuckhead, we're trying to keep you alive.
Because okay, in that show, the zombie apocalypse happens when he's probably what 5, we'll say, maybe 6. Because mind you,
he was
time
old.
passes.
He was
Okay.
more like
Time
9 or 10,
passes
it
between
seemed
when
like,
you
right?
see
See, I thought he
him-
was older than that too, like 8 or 9.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's gonna be in 2nd grade. This kid's just learning to really master reading at this point, and we expect him to be able to navigate in a world that's just nothing but pure chaos.
He's a lot better in the comic too than he is on the show.
He's bitchy in the show, and we're watching him go through puberty in the show, and that's kind of weird. They are progressing with time.
And that's not even the worst character assassination of that show. So
I don't know
It's just-
enough.
okay, but
Who,
anyway,
Michonne,
I
I'm
Dale.
don't.
Oh, Dale.
Carl, I neither like or dislike Carl. In the show itself, he's not a pivotal character in my opinion. He
He's
gives
just
you
there.
the
Ooh,
youth
man, I got
aspect
2
of the
people
show.
in mind for honorable mention.
Well, as many people that have died during that show, the fact that
Yeah.
Carl is still alive, it's like Darth Maul getting cut in half in the
Travesty.
I'm like, fucking die, Carl.
Which that's something at the topic we need to do. The greatest movie travesties of all time.
But, like,
'Cause
one of
I
my-
mean, Darth Maul getting cut in half is number 1 on my list.
No, Karate Kid.
Yeah.
We'll debate at another episode.
That's when we need to pull Bobby in for that debate.
That's true.
He would have to leave the command center, which won't happen. But anyway,
Oh,
you
it'll
had
happen.
one. So what you got? The other two?
well, obviously Joffrey's on that list.
Okay.
Just
It's evil, pure
oh
evil.
yeah, and he's just a little bitch too. He's one of those guys that, he talks mad shit, but the moment somebody stands up to him,
Tyrion.
quiet as
Anytime Tyrion would talk to him, he would just.
quiet as a church mouse.
Tyrion would walk up to him and go, "Don't."
What the cut that sound from Jay? Cripple Jay was getting orgasmic.
Who else, Tony?
Um,
Off the top of your head.
Well, I don't think I'm spoiling anything yet, because I know Jay hasn't gotten all the way there yet. But Ramsay Snow
Oh,
in Game of Thrones.
him and Joffrey, as far as your evil scale, if we were to
Yeah.
say not the cunt scale, but
Oh,
the evil
yeah.
scale.
Yeah.
That's a good tie. I'm gonna say a tie between those two
Yeah.
because he is about as
I think
sadistic as you can
both
get.
of those nailed their parts, though,
They,
man.
yes.
Well, that's
Good
They're
actors.
doing what they're supposed to do.
Oh, yeah.
The point of their characters is for you to hate them. And
They do. They're great.
They're,
at, yeah.
they're doing that.
I don't want to
very
kill
well.
them in real life. Just like in the show, I just want to stab
Like in
them
real
the
life,
neck.
they're like, "Look, I gave $80,000 for church." Like, "Fuck you, Ramsey."
I've heard that happens to the actress that plays Cersei. She'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
in a restaurant eating lunch, and someone will come in and go, "Fuck you, Cersei."
Somebody's
It's
like,
just
"Hey,
it's just a character."
How about my turd on your plate right now? You like that?
Well, yeah, Cersei was definitely going to be on my list.
She's awful.
I love Lena Headey, right? Is that how you
Headley,
pronounce
Lena
it?
Headley.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce her name. Whatever. But yeah, she's hot and a great actress.
Actually, I like her a lot in Purge. She's the
What was that?
Shame.
oh the shame
Oh, shame.
shame shame. Oh god.
She was also in 300.
She
Oh,
was.
yeah,
she was
the
the
queen.
queen
Yes.
to Leonidas. Oh,
Yes.
she's really good in that.
We
too.
saw
I
her
forgot she was
topless in
that.
that movie.
But anyway, so Joffrey was your number one, and my number one of all time, obviously, for whom the scale is named after, Skylar White. Just a fucking cunt. I
Oh,
can't
tell me
stand
more
her.
about how you hate women.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of hating women; it's hating the character. That's
I
what
know.
I'll say. She's
Yeah.
just awful. She's a horrible woman. She's a horrible wife. She's a horrible mother. She's just horrible all the way around.
Jeez.
That's why I think Vince Gilligan was a little bit dumb when he said that, because it's like it's not like you hate Anna Gunn.
No,
You
no,
just
hate
hate
the
Skylar
character.
White, the
Yes,
character.
of course.
It's like,
So-
get off your high horse.
So and then I got okay. Let's
Shape
Joe. I want to go to
fucking
Joe. I want to
goatee.
go to Joe for his honorable mentions of who he would have. Who
Okay,
do you
one
have?
I thought of off the top of my head was Kate from Lost because you said Lost, but if you ever watch Lost, it's heavy on flashback episodes.
Okay.
Every Kate episode is terrible.
Yeah,
Like
I agree.
Evangeline
You've
Lilly's,
seen the whole series,
Yeah, I've
right?
seen the whole
yeah,
series.
Okay.
and Evangeline Lilly's very cute and she's cool and stuff. But man, her character's supposed to be like a fugitive on the run. Basically, that's just not believable with her.
No, it wasn't.
She's just a tiny, cute little girl, and they're like, "Yeah, I can't see it."
And even when they tried to make you like not like her run the flashbacks and stuff, it just didn't come off that well.
Yeah, you're like, "Ooh, that's edgy." Oh, you got your boyfriend's playing in a box. I get it. And I was like, "You gonna ever explain that?" No. Not.
that's
Well,
what
I mean,
that,
they
that
do.
show was
but
infamous for that shit, right? Saying, "Hey, we
Yeah.
touch on a subject,
that
but
was a
we'll never
bad
go
example.
into it."
But oh yeah, I have a whole
Well-
book on Lost.
Well, and the writers
Not
even
ashamed
said
to admit
after
it.
the show was over that they left a lot of storylines open just because they didn't feel like finishing them.
Yeah. Another character from The Walking Dead that I just think's a bad actress is Beth.
You hate
Oh,
her, dude.
You
Yeah.
was that episode 6? You went
I
up on
don't
her.
know.
You sound like every other fucking folk artist out
She
there.
does, man. Emily Kinney. She's a cute little girl, but I actually went outside and threw confetti in the air when she died.
Spoilers.
Oh,
How-
quick-
Spoiler alert.
Matt,
How did
remember, she
Daryl
was
not
on-
nail that?
She was in season 1 of The
Ah,
Flash.
he
Yeah,
had
she
to.
was.
Instead, he's like looking at Carol, she's like, "Hi, I'm Carol. I have Jamie Lee Curtis haircut." And he's like, "Well, I got Beth over here, who's
and see,
Half your age.
supple."
my
20s.
wife was going back through some old episodes because AMC is like going through a marathon leading up to Fear the Walking Dead. And her interactions with Daryl are way creepy if you go back and watch
Yeah.
them. It's
And
just
she's,
inappropriate.
as you can see, she
relationship.
just turned 30, so she's actually 30 in real life, and she's
But she
playing
looks-
like a 20-year-old.
But she
does
looks
look
like she's
younger.
a like 18-year-old.
But
man.
dude,
So
I mean,
it's-
my friend Mark and I remember we watched an episode when I was out in LA, and it just happened to be on, so we were watching it, and we're like, "She's such a bad actress." And that was the episode where all she did was flip people off because
Oh,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
say fuck on AMC, so
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
flip people off, and I was like, "Mark, I really hope she dies soon." Spoiler alert. She
And I
dies.
guess if we're gonna stay on the topic of Walking
Her
Dead
death
with
sucked
cunts,
too.
Yeah.
Because they
Yeah.
spent that whole season trying to find her, and then
Yeah. Where's Beth? I'm like, I don't know. Hopefully kicked off the show. Hopefully she's with Carl somewhere in the abyss.
should we not also give an honorable mention for cunts for the governor? Or is
Yeah.
that more of a
Oh,
I
character?
considered
God.
him for a minute.
Yeah.
And I
What
saw
a
that they
bitch.
tried to humanize him in one episode that was basically just focused on him.
Bobby loves that episode. Hashtag
I know,
Bobby.
Going into character development. But the governor, I guess, comic governor from the comic book, fucking pure evil. No
He was
humanity
just a sleazebag.
whatsoever. But in the
Yeah.
show, they try to give him humanity, but it doesn't matter. He was a fucking... You could put him on a cunt scale.
By the
That's
way,
not
we have a
mention.
Sanyo television screen as
I'm liking it.
Steve's prop now, so we can all like see big screen of him pulling up
We're going Hollywood.
pornography and Walking Dead.
So, Jay, who do you have?
Whatever
You had
works.
honorable mentions as well, right?
Just Lori Grimes.
Just Lori Grimes. Okay, here's some... Anybody besides me watch Homeland? Anybody Homeland?
no,
No.
but that's
No.
on my list to watch.
Okay, Mrs. Brody from Homeland. Now, I'll just leave it at that. I won't spoil it for anybody. Fucking, she's like a Skylar White 2.0, man. I'm telling you, very, very much hated. Anybody else besides me watch Mad Men? At all? Nothing.
Nope.
I've
nope.
seen several episodes.
Betty Draper, can't stand her.
Oh yeah, I know she is.
And I'm gonna throw
Oh my god,
that's,
that's
what's
her.
her name.
She's on
What's her
Gotham.
real name?
Betty Draper.
Yeah, in real life.
Her real name, I have no idea. But she was
Blonde?
Emma Frost. She was Emma Frost in the
Is it blonde?
X-Men First Class. Or
Oh,
whatever.
January Jones.
yeah,
There you
January
go.
Jones.
Yeah.
She's in that Last Man Standing show that's on
Good
like, Fox.
lord.
No.
And,
Okay, I think I know which one
Last
you're
Man on
talking
Earth.
Is
Last
that
Man
her?
on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Matt,
yeah,
is
yeah.
that her?
That's Mrs. Brody. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Last Man Standing's with Tim Allen.
She's going to be in Deadpool. She's
Yeah,
going to be
Deadpool,
She was in
Victoria?
Firefly.
What's
Yeah.
her name going to be in Deadpool?
Vanessa.
Yeah. She's
Copycat.
January Jones is a good-looking girl, though.
Oh, January
in,
Jones.
in Last
was
Man
in,
on Earth, she's actually pretty.
January
funny.
Jones was in American Pie 3.
The American
or-
Wedding. Yeah,
she
yeah,
was
yeah.
in that. She was the sister. She was a strawberry blonde in that one, if I may.
Mm.
There you go. Emma Frost. Yeah, there you go.
How old is January Jones?
Hot
Steve?
chick, but apparently a real bitch in real
Steve,
life.
go back real
She
quick.
is. She's a cunt
36?
in Mad Men, dude.
Do what?
No joke.
How old is she? She's 37.
37.
Wow, I didn't know she was that old.
Never
So
mind.
she's
I thought she was like
honorable
36.
That old.
Yeah.
I got, and then I got.
Come on,
You're such a
sorry.
man, Joe.
I know I'm 33 now, so
She's
like,
so
whoa,
old.
jeez, man, knock the dust off that. You got cobwebs
And
growing
then
up.
anybody
in your
else
badge.
watch Sopranos besides me? Sopranos,
Yes.
Yeah.
anybody?
No.
Sopranos.
Oh, his
The
mom.
mom.
Oh,
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 Fuck
dude,
you,
I
Mr.
thought I
CGI
like her,
mom.
man.
The mom? from Sopranos? Not
Tony's
not
mom.
Carmela. Not Carmela.
Oh.
I'm talking about
Yeah, it's
Tony's
Tony's
mom.
mom.
Oh
His mom.
She
dude.
died in like the second
She-
season.
yeah.
They did CGI'd it.
And you can actually
right
tell.
around.
Look, yeah, fucking.
I looked it up
can't
after I
stand
saw
her,
that
man.
episode where she was CGI'd in because it didn't look normal.
It looked
And they
horrible,
said
actually, to be
they had to
honest with
CGI her in for that scene just
She
to
was just
write her
evil.
off the show.
And then Tony's
don't love me
no
more.
and then Tony's
that's
sister.
that's her head right there is fake.
Yeah, see.
Oh
They
my
used
God.
clips of her head because they had to pretty much write her out of the
Liv,
show.
that's her name. Liv was her name. That's
Yeah.
right. All right.
I was gonna
It's
say,
been a while
man,
since
I
I've
like
seen her.
Carmela.
Carmela's not bad.
She's making that face because she just
and I
caught a
don't know
whiff of her
why
acting.
I would say that Carmela's not as bad.
Oh my god!
Because Carmela and Skylar have a lot of the same attributes. Because you
Paul,
have
I'm
the
thanking
same.
her
Because
right
like
now.
Tony and Walter are both bad people,
Right.
but you have you
Yeah,
just
Edie
kind of
Falco.
Edie
sympathize with
Falco,
them.
yeah.
She's
And
actually,
I
I
don't know
think,
why
pretty
Carmela.
attractive.
I don't know why
too,
I didn't
man.
feel that same way about Carmela. She just didn't give that same vibe as Skylar for some reason.
Well, she knew what she was getting into.
Oh,
right
she
off.
embraced
Oh yeah,
that.
she
So-
embraced
that-
the lifestyle.
oh, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
She,
Yeah,
She
there
sounds
you
like
go,
Lois
yeah.
from Family Guy.
Pedo.
You ever think about that? They sound exactly alike. Like she could have just done the voice.
Now-
I think Tony just pulled a homer. He's like,
Oh, for Meadow
Meadow.
Soprano, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she's of age now.
Well, yeah, when the
not
show
season-
started,
It was
Yeah,
totally
she
creepy
was
when she
like,
was not
what?
a.
Yeah, it's
she
not
was
season
probably
one, Meadow.
15 or 16 when Sopranos started. She was young. The episode College is where that show gets really good in the first season. I remember it's called College. That's where you see what Tony does.
Yeah.
Bobby recommended that show
One
to
of
me.
the top, yeah.
Oh.
one of the top HBO
Freaking
shows.
awesome.
All right, then here I got two. I'm gonna drop two curveballs on you guys. Diane Chambers from Cheers.
Oh,
She's on the
Fucking,
cunt scale.
right, she's on the cunt scale,
It's a
dude.
comedy.
Dude, Diane Chambers sucked so bad. I hated Diane Chambers.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
Why Sam Malone had any feelings towards Diane Chambers? She was just
Shelley
a
Long?
Fucking yes.
Well, she
Shelley
was the only
Long.
one that would fuck an ex-baseball player, I guess.
Do you have money in your checking account?
Just can't stand her, man. She was,
Really?
and she wasn't funny. She was not funny at
yeah,
all.
actually, it was better with Kirstie Alley than
Kirstie
her.
Alley was much
Yeah.
funnier, and I didn't like. And Kirstie Alley with her relationship with the guy Robin on that show. You guys remember Robin? He would
Yes.
fall on the cunt scale. I couldn't stand.
If
Robin.
anyone's
His name
younger
was
and has never
Robin,
watched
wasn't it?
Cheers, that's actually a good show worth
Cheers is
watching. I
hilarious.
think it's
That
on
was.
Netflix too.
Cheers
is on
is
Netflix.
one of the best all time. Cliff
Yeah.
Clavin, come on now.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna throw one more at you. You guys are like, what the hell? Why do you hate her? I don't remember her name on the show, but her name was Marky Post, and she was the
Night
blonde-
Court?
blonde lawyer on Night
Yeah.
Court. I couldn't stand her.
Didn't Dan Fielding keep trying to bang her?
Yeah, because Dan was the prosecutor, right? Oh no, he was the defender, I guess. In Night
I think
Court?
he was the defense attorney guy.
Yeah,
I think
Marky
so.
Post. What was her name on the show? Anybody remember her name on the show?
Carol,
Hey, I have another good one off the top.
But I
of
couldn't
my
stand her.
head.
She was just a con, man.
I got another
She
good
was
one
getting
off the
on
top of my
nerves.
head. Say by the Bell, Jessie Spano.
Oh, nicely done.
Does anybody
Yeah.
actually like her?
No, she's awful.
Until
Couldn't
she went to
stand her,
Showgirls, of course. But on Say by the Bell, nobody liked Jessie.
And AC Slater just had to settle for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't like her.
How
He
many
wanted
nights did AC
Kapowski.
Slater spend just pounding it, like by himself, because Jessie wouldn't put out because he was a pig?
Thinking about Kelly Kapowski
Chris,
probably
it's
too.
know.
Christine Sullivan.
Christine
Sullivan.
Sullivan.
Christine,
There
okay,
it was.
okay.
Nicely done, sound guy. Very well done.
And
I like Night Court. Night
That
Court
was
was a great
fucking
show.
hilarious.
Oh, Night Court's hilarious.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Night Court was
what was-
I love Bull. And then Dan Fielding.
Yeah, and well, Harry.
Harry-
When Harry,
well,
when he was
Harry-
Harry, what was his-
John,
His real
um,
name was Harry, but I don't remember his name on the show. but
Well,
it was
John
Harry on the
Larroquette
show, too.
plays
John
Harry.
Larroquette.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Thank you. Okay.
John Anderson?
Was his name on the show John?
Dave Anderson?
I
Something
don't
Anderson?
remember. No, his real name was Harry Anderson, wasn't it?
He was still, yeah, he was Harry.
Why
in
we
the-
do this every damn episode? We don't remember.
Well, no, that's what I'm
shit.
saying. Now I can.
See, yeah, his real name was Harry Anderson, and actually,
Harry Stone.
Judge Harry
yeah,
Stone.
Judge Harry Stone. Yeah.
And actually, I like his role on the TV movie split into two parts. He was in the in It, Stephen King's It. I remember his role in that. He was really good in that. He was the comedic relief for nothing in that. Damn.
That was a good
But
show.
anyway,
Yeah.
there is. Does anyone have any honorable mentions they want to throw in?
I do, but
What do
it's
you
kind of a segue into something else we could talk about real quick.
How about Steve?
I-
Steve, do you have any cunts that you want to throw on the cunt scale?
Yeah. It's from Knight Rider, but you remember
Oh.
Bon-
Of course.
No,
Everybody remembers Knight Rider.
well,
This guy is
Bonnie.
Knight Rider.
Bonnie Barstow. She was the technician for Kit. She was all because Michael always wanted
remember
to
her. I don't remember
turbo
at all.
boost up her
I don't
vagina.
remember.
You know.
Oh
so-
yeah, I remember her being hot for an '80s. Pull her up real quick.
Yeah.
I remember her being hot for an '80s chick.
Yeah. Hold on.
I know that sounds terrible, misogynist,
Oh,
whatever. the
and Tony,
fuck.
you
You're
didn't
like, pull her up, and Steve just minimizes his background on it.
And Tony,
Yeah,
you didn't
Patricia
mention that we have someone in the
McPherson.
corner tonight.
Patricia McPherson, that's
you
her
haven't
name.
introduced her. She's here.
Oh.
Yeah, especially in the first season. Oh my God, Michael just wanted to pound it. He just wanted to.
Well, now was she a cunt because she wouldn't put out?
No, it just she was. I mean, she was. God, I don't know how to put it.
She popped her collar, like in that photo.
No, well, here, just look at this picture. You can understand why.
Who's-
What's he looking at?
Who's looking down our blouse there?
I mean, come on,
he
it's
didn't
like,
give a fuck about the
That
tab.
was
Yeah, he's like-
pre-Baywatch.
yeah, David Hasselhoff, man. There
Germans
you go.
still love them,
And
though.
also honorable mention, I guess, on the list is Lori, who's here in the
Wow.
Sorry, guys.
stop it.
You may remember episodes 11 and 12. Steve's girlfriend, Lori, decided to sit in and watch this internet gold be made. she came back for episode 13, and she may even stay for episode 14. So,
She took our clothing optional joke as like a literal reference too.
yeah, she's clothed right now, but episode 14 may be a whole
Didn't
new
think it was
ball
that
game.
cold down here, but
Yeah, she's gonna sip on all those 6-packs she brought, and
She did bring us a 12-pack of beer, a various
Sam
six-pack.
Adams Summer Ale and
Budweiser Black Crown.
yeah, the
Black
Budweiser
Crown.
Black Crown.
We won't hold it against her.
Jay loves AB products.
Do you want me to mention also on the cunt scale?
Yeah. What do you got?
Good honorable mention could just be YouTube in general. For being a bunch
YouTube.
of cunts.
Yeah.
If you want to mention that real quick, Jay.
Jay.
Oh,
yeah.
I-
People
Why
know
is
your
YouTube-
I was
station.
vocal. Yes, I was very vocal with Jay on that yesterday. That's bullshit.
I wonder why YouTube's the cunt.
Jay, why
Because
was
we
ahead.
set
YouTube
up in a Nerdcast channel, and they banned us. They said we were spamming.
Spamming.
So you take those 37 views and shove them down your ass. YouTube.
We're pending litigation.
I was saying this the other day too, because you got guys. If any of you know who PewDiePie is on YouTube,
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I've seen.
he's
that
got
stuff.
like 39 million followers, the more than anybody on YouTube, I believe. And all he does is play video games. He's like a funny dude from wherever the hell he's from. He's from overseas. And I'm like, okay, so when he posts a video, it probably temporarily crashes parts of YouTube, you know, because the dude will get like 300,000 likes within days. And yet we post a few videos that'll get a handful of views, and YouTube's like, fuck you, you spammers. The fuck off our page.
Yeah, see right here. He has 39,174,135 views. It's like,
he had just under
Now,
39.
look right
he's
here.
Driven his way up to 40.
look at right. Okay, so everybody, you can't see this, but there you have the normal YouTube video. Then you have the description,
For
and if you
PewDiePie.
subscribe, then it has published all this stuff right at the bottom. www.twitter.com/outerminds.
Yeah.
How the fuck is that not the same
He's
thing
like
as what
he's
we did?
promoting the people who made this game.
But still, it doesn't matter.
Hit show more. Does he have anything else? I don't know. He does all his own stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
see-
see,
a whole bunch of stuff.
he does everything.
all the
himself.
same
Download my
shit.
app.
Join Bro Army.
Yeah.
So,
PewDiePie,
yeah.
can you help us out on this?
So I guess yeah, on our
Yeah,
channel,
bros.
What's up, brah?
we list obviously
PewDiePie.
we list our website, our social media accounts, and all this other stuff, which is exactly what I'm looking at right now on PewDiePie's account. But we're fucking hackers and spammers and everything else. So YouTube, I'm gonna take a picture of my taint after this episode, and I'm gonna send it directly to you.
Just don't
Enjoy.
link anything to it
Oh yeah.
because that'll get suspended.
I was gonna link.
suspended, yeah.
I was gonna link it to Joe's dick pics, but maybe next time.
I don't know if we could handle that bandwidth on it.
Oh, so
what is-
that's
what is-
our current squabble with
All right.
YouTube.
So we did a cunt scale. Why
Mhm.
YouTube is a. I feel uncomfortable saying cunt with the woman down here. Had I known a woman was going to be down here, I wouldn't be saying.
Hey, if she wants to roll with this podcast, man,
Yeah,
you
that's
gotta
true.
roll.
Dude,
Thug
she
life.
has the word cunt tattooed on her chest, Tony. And she's smoking a cigarette.
So what is our?
Well, we can deviate from the cunt scale to go to real life cunts that we don't know.
Hey, this is Podcast Rob of the Something Something Cast, but you're listening to Nerdcast on the Inside Joke Outside Voice Podcast Network.
That would be the next topic on our list.
Oh,
Is that
okay.
really a topic? we
And
have?
that's-
We have a topic where I can't stand these people.
Oh, okay.
And
Let's
these
go.
people are people at my place of employment that can't park their fucking cars.
Oh. I thought you meant like specific people. I was like, oh, okay.
No, these are random people. I have no idea who they are, but it's just I park the farthest away possible because I enjoy my walk up to work. And
Same here.
I just look down the aisle of just going, okay, hey, you can't put your car between two white lines. One is completely diagonal between the lines. on splitting lines. And I'm talking to you, guy, with the fucking Kia Soul that splits the fucking line like he thinks he's driving a fucking Maserati. It's a fucking Kia Soul.
Okay.
Get over yourself.
Do they back into the spots?
No, this
Okay.
is pulling into the spot going straight forward, man.
Because my favorite thing is sitting in the parking lot at work and watching these people back into the parking spot like 7 times, and
Yeah.
still they're on the line.
Because I have no issue with the guys that have the nicer cars that park as far away as possible, and they take up the 2 spots because they know that no one's going to park anywhere near them. And
I
that's
almost-
called the proper etiquette.
I almost parked next to him just because.
Just to fuck with them, yeah.
Yes.
I don't care
Put me
about
on the
that.
cunt
But
scale.
the fact that you think that you're more important than everybody else and you're in that big of a rush to get to work that you won't put your fucking car between the 2 lines, it drives me crazy, and I don't know why. But I think it's just it's a matter of a general disregard to people in general. It's just saying, hey, it's the kind of society we live in where it's a me society. I'm more important than everybody else around me. I'm going to do this and say fuck the rest of everybody else. Because then basically you're taking up 2 spots.
I've gotten close to being that person that carries the chalk in the car and drawing lines for them and writing dick parking.
You know, there's a website for that too.
Oh,
I think it's still around. It's called youparklikeanasshole.com. And so you can print out little cards on their website, and you can put the date and time and then you can put it under their windshield, and you can take a photo and upload it, and you can be like, you're featured on youparklikeanasshole.com.
Well, I know what I'm going to be printing at work on Tuesday.
I know it. Steve, if you have a second, look up
yeah.
youparklikeanasshole.com. Just see if it's still a thing. But
Because
yeah.
I kind of understand, okay, if you just don't have the skill, because Jay, you were talking about, hey, are they trying to reverse
Asshole.
into the spot? I get that. Some people just aren't skilled enough to drive their
Here it
automobile
is.
to do such.
Youparklikeanasshole.com.
Nope, not go to web.
Well, that's the
There
thing you can.
Yeah. Oh, 2 spots, 1 car.
Yeah.
A little too close. Too far away from
Steve,
the
go to the
driveway.
actual website.
That
Go
is
back.
awesome.
Oh, hold on, let me go back.
Diagonal parking.
Top
That's
one.
the biggest
This one?
problem that
Yep.
the people that I have to encounter.
Yeah. See, it's still there.
Oh my god.
You can
That's
call people
fucking
out
crazy.
online.
Holy
I
shit.
love it.
Yeah, and then you can leave that little slip under there for their wrongdoing. You're publicly shaming them.
Beautiful.
Well, no, I mean, I do that at work. I'll park. We have the old TWA parking lot there at the airport, and I'll literally park all the way in the very, very back corner. But some asshole just comes up and parks right by me. It's like, okay, and they
Probably
park.
me.
Somebody's trolling you.
No, and they park, and it's somebody with like a piece of shit Toyota Camry that has 2 fucking hubcaps. It's like, get that piece of shit away from me, all right?
Stop talking about my car.
You don't park next to this orange spoiler, motherfucker.
That's
Vans
right.
are cool.
I'm kidding. Sorry. We got
Cardinal
the-
time.
We got the bird clock.
That's the Cardinals.
Is that a cock swallow?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so people can't park. Yeah, we.
Well, and then I guess I was going to divulge off of that to go, it's a selfish act. And then my next thing that I was going to tangent off of that was the divorce rate in the United States.
I'm about ready to have a divorce right now. Somebody couldn't listen about getting the beer out of the freezer.
Oh, when you
Dang.
said selfish act, I thought you were just going to talk about blowing it before they do.
Nice.
I
Lori,
think-
do you want to chime in on that?
I think our stance
You
is
can
not
talk
their
into
fault
Joe's
that they can't
mic.
keep up.
I don't know if I even really want to say it
You don't
because
wanna
Lori's
hear
so
it.
serious. What did he just say? What do you want me to talk about?
Him blowing it before you do.
She's like, honey, I ain't never blown it.
Wow.
But anyway, okay. As far as selfish action,
Yeah, just
I'm
pull
going
it
to
out.
throw that. As people
pull it
might
out.
not agree,
In front of us?
That's yeah.
Yeah.
She's said that to Steve numerous times.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay, divorce rate.
When
We'll
she
go
wants
over
the
the
D,
divorce
she gets
rate.
the D.
Whoa, hey.
Okay.
For Christ's sake.
Getting chills over here.
Yeah, I'll go put them upstairs here in a second.
Divorce rate.
Sorry, Matt. We're totally we're
I don't care.
cutting into the divorce rate.
I'm just trying to go on to the next topic.
See, a good sexual relationship, no divorces. There you go.
Well, here we go. The United States is right at 50% right now.
That's like half.
That's half of what that is. And it took a non-Jew to get that figure. Well done, Joe.
I failed math in college, but
I think that
think
means
that-
half of them don't get divorced then.
Matt brings an abacus with him everywhere he goes, though, and he's got his lawyer sitting next to him during his podcast. Object to that. You don't have to answer that.
He's helping us out with our YouTube litigation. Fuck you.
Oh, I'm sorry. What is the divorce rate? Isn't that being sponsored by our
Bamba?
Ashley
next
Madison?
It's being sponsored by white people.
Okay, because here's some history behind it, okay? If we're at 50% rate, and in the 1970s, that's where we reached that peak, is what we'll say. And that was involved with the feminist movement, in which it became a commonplace of women joining the workforce. And at that point, people, I mean, because here's the thing, in the median age rate of people getting married in the 1950s, men were 23, women were 20. So women that were 20 years old were making that life decision, where if you look at it in 2004, men are average age of 27 and women are an average age of 26. Okay? So you can see where the trend is going. People are pushing off marriage longer and longer towards, we're at our current era, we're saying, hey, let's push everything aside and we'll wait to make that major decision. Because as in the 90s, basically 70% of marriages are reaching the 15-year mark, but it's like, well, those numbers don't correlate. Why are we still at a 50% rate of divorce? And I was just kind of researching it and saying, why are people even bothering to get married at all if we're all half of us are going to say they're going to walk away from that situation? And it's just a matter of, I find it to be something that if you're going to go into that contract or that bond between another person, you can't walk away that simply, because then we're dealing with the whole property division, alimony, child support. I find that to probably be your biggest reason why people are stalling on getting married, because they're going, hey, I've accumulated all this wealth, all this property, all this stuff. Now I'm going to have to give away half of my shit? Fuck that. Not going to do that. So then my thoughts were, in order to really make people serious about their decision to get married, I thought that what we should do is have death matches. So that
or as I called them that.
What were you going to call them?
Debt matches.
Debt matches, because that will throw into... I took some notes in regards to where we are in regards to the U.S. deficit. And right now, the U.S. owes $2.5 trillion. And basically, you could split that number between Japan and China.
It's all on a MasterCard, too.
We owe Japan $1.224 trillion. We owe China $1.2237 trillion.
Oh, thank you, America.
And then with the Chinese economy bubble bursting, you might think they might start calling the U.S. saying, we're going to need you to start making some payments. And I thought we could tangent off of death matches for divorce and saying we're going to put those on pay-per-view. And you can't tell me that people in the United States, if they're going to spend as much as they spend on WWE, UFC, can you only imagine?
Faces of Death.
Could you only imagine how much money they would spend on watching actual death matches for people that want to get divorced? Because you've got to be real serious going, hey, I have to hate this person a whole lot to want to get divorced from them.
Isn't that one step away from Hunger Games then?
And you're telling me that's wrong?
It's still real to me, damn it.
If I'm living in District 7, yeah.
So that's all I had on that topic. I thought it was just, I couldn't believe the numbers are still what they are. I can see why the trend is going the way it is, but I still just think that people should either just not do it at all, but they are going to get a divorce, and start killing each other.
Dude, now you have social media and Tinder and all these freaking dating sites. You get married and you're like...
Ashley Madison?
Yeah, Ashley Madison.
Yeah.
You got someone, you're like, oh, they're 3.5 miles from me, and they've got crotchless panties on. They just sent me in a photo. Guess I'm going to head over there tonight. I mean, shit. People are always looking for the next best thing.
You guys listen to the radio, right? With you know,
what's the radio?
Are you talking about that talk box?
No, we're podcast only, sir. Podcast.
Well, no, because you always listen to the radio and they're like, Cordell and Cordell, divorce to spread,
yeah,
and he's like, yeah, you want to get rid of your social media. Don't have any social media. If you do, that's a bad way to start. It's like,
I'm Ozzie Smith.
Yeah, actually sounds like Cordell. You actually sound like the dude, the Joe Cordell.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cordell.
hey, Peter. But like whenever, and now when you post on like a lot of social media, if you have your options set, they can see where you're posting from. Honey, are you cheating on me? No. Well, why are you next door right now? I swear I'm not inside her.
No, that shit is scary. Because a buddy of mine told me, he's like, turn this off, and this off. And the amount of reporting shit that Facebook does, dude, that shit's fucking scary. Like, people are like, they like put like posting from like people that they'll fucking post that shit, and it's their the arrow, the yellow arrow with the red dot in it, right on their fucking house. It's like,
You ever watch Catfish? The show Catfish on MTV, or am I the only teenager here?
I've never seen
I've
it.
seen
They
it.
do that.
I've
That's
seen
how they
the
catch a lot of
documentary
people.
on it,
They'll
yeah.
go on Instagram or something, because Instagram you can tag yourself, and it shows you like your exact location where you're posting.
Hey,
See, that's why I don't put vacation pictures out there until we get back.
Right? Yeah.
Because then they'll know you're not there.
Because the white burglar on the commercials that you always see in the ski mask will rob your house. You ever notice that? It's always a white burglar.
Oh, yeah.
There's hilarious commercials out there, too, on YouTube.
Well, yeah, because you can't do a person of like color or minority because like you racist fucks.
Oh, God, there's going to be a Caucasian man that breaks into our house. Stay off Facebook, honey. We're going to leave our honeymoon trip to Detroit off of here until we get back.
A smelly hitchhiker is going to break into our house.
That's right.
Oh,
Fucking
God.
hitchhikers can't be trusted.
He has a white erase
Especially
board.
those robot ones.
Especially the ones with white erase boards. The hipster ones.
That's right. God damn it. But yeah, I think that's all I had about divorce. I thought I would go a little more, but no, I just think that when you're making that decision to go that far and say we're going to end it, just do it. Let's do it right.
Why don't you make the right decision when you get married?
There you go.
Well, I know Tony wasn't, and Jay and Matt, I don't think you were. You guys weren't dating your current spouse in high school, correct?
yes, I was.
I was
Oh, you
not.
were?
Yes.
Okay.
I wasn't.
How long have you been married?
10 years will be in October.
He's just making it up. He doesn't know. But, okay, so 10 years. That's good, because I've known more than two couples, I should say, that dated basically at 18 straight out of high school who they wrecked it within months of getting married. I don't know what that means, to be honest, but
What kind of analysis you want to put on that? I just
if
it
one of
just
you
makes
didn't
me-
have a lot of money, you're going to go looking elsewhere. That's what I'm putting on it.
Oh,
all I'm saying is that all we're going
We're
to see
sad
we're going
'cause
to see
we're
so
both
many
bored.
people. We're going to see so
Oh.
many women with
Hate
semicolon tattoos at the rate that we're going. I just don't want to see semicolon tattoos all over the place.
Did you guys? You saw the photo I tagged? I
That
drew a
was-
semicolon tattoo on me.
Your story's not over, sir.
No, well, I put a comma right below my butthole, so I saved money, and that's my semicolon tattoo.
Jesus.
I was like, "Hey, girl, story ain't over yet." She's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Hold on, I have to undo these pants real quick."
Wait,
Is that a rat tail?
so is it you're 30 or 36, so it's 38 years for mom and dad. I was saying, it's like, why is it that people that from the late 70s, early 80s that are been together, like Joe's mom and
I think
dad,
it's technology, man. I think now you're just
It's
constantly
easier-
looking for
it's
something
easier
else.
to cheat now than it was
Yeah.
back then. Well, actually, I also think it's
Like
it's a s-
BillyMadison.com.
no,
I don't
it
think
does
it's-
not matter
I don't
about.
think it's that either, because you have to remember back then. You're talking about 50s and 60s. There's
Tea parties.
there was the social stigmatism that went with it.
Oh, that's
saying,
true.
Hey, you couldn't make this work, and now you're the talk of the neighborhood. All that bullshit. And plus, women joining the workforce, mind you, if they get divorced, how are they going to support their family? How are they going to support themselves? I
Yep.
don't have any experience because, mind you, again, the stats show, hey, I was married when I was 20. Back then, I was a housewife, right? If you're the woman, and what work experience do you have? And can you support yourself going into a workforce? Now, completely different, right? So I think, and there's no stigmatism to it any longer because it's so commonplace. I think that plays into it a lot. So you're asking the question, hey, why? How come our parents all made it? For the most part,
Well, yeah,
And
because
it just might have been a
there-
fact of
you
they
got-
couldn't go anywhere. They were just stuck.
like our parents, like me and Joe's
My
parents,
parents were married when they were 9.
well, there you go.
It was an Amish wedding.
Well, my mom was pregnant. She had to.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh.
Did she stop listening
Let's
yet?
not let her listen.
Well, I think we all got quiet because we're all doing the math.
Right.
What the fuck?
Okay.
That's just so wrong.
Damn it, Joe!
No, but I mean, it's like they're doing that, and then you see all these chicks. It's like they're banging every fucking piece of dick that's out there, and they got 19 kids, and it's like, thanks for having
That's
me
the
support
Duggars.
yours. Well, no,
And
but
counting.
it's Matt's got a point. There's just chicks out there. they bang every fucking thing they could think of, and then it's like, hey, I've got 19 kids, but hey, guess what? All you guys that are working and have jobs, you'll support us. It's like, go fuck yourself, please.
To be fair, I know
goes-
a lot of guys
That goes both ways.
Yeah.
Oh no, it is.
Sean Kemp,
No,
maybe?
I mean, no. It's they've got a watermelon-sized vagina. They can just punch through that like the fucking it's
Okay,
hurricane
so you're
vagina.
saying that
I mean,
by that point they have a vaginal prolapse.
but no. My point is that Matt,
Women are sluts, bro.
some of them are,
Steve, I know many male sluts, dude.
dude. I know, but
It's a period of
Yeah.
or a point of. I got taken aback by his watermelon-sized vagina. I can't think straight right now.
He took you off track.
But
yeah, I'm like,
I know there's guys that go out there. Yeah, they have no fucking. They have no respect for women. They just go, oh yeah, guess what? I'm just gonna pound you and have a nice night. And then, but then there's the other chick.
No, Steve. I think the problem, the issue that you're going off on. I think you're going off on a tangent of the male slut versus the female slut.
No,
the
it's
the stigmatism.
Either
of saying-
way, it doesn't matter. It's like, hey, you close your fucking legs. Hey, you wear a fucking condom or don't fucking have sex at all. It's very simple. It's very
That's
simple.
like if you have a boy or girl child, though. If you're a boy, you worry about one dick. If you're a girl, you worry about tons of
Every
dicks.
single
That's true, though. That's what they always say.
Because here's the thing, the social impact of divorce and the breakdown of the familial unit. I think that's something that I think you might have been trying to go after.
exactly. Yeah.
Because when you come, as far as coming from the broken family, I don't think any of us have anywhere to say because I didn't grow up in that environment. I don't know. I couldn't speak to it, but I think we can all say that coming from a familial unit that did stick together, it made life easier on you.
it does. Yeah.
So, what kind of social impact is the large divorce rate having on society? And you're saying, hey, all these people running around having kids but not being married. You're talking about overpopulation, where if you were maybe in a family unit, you can talk about, hey, the reason you have a kid isn't because you just went out and wanted to bang somebody and you had a mistake. It's more of saying, hey, we're going to bring you up in a family of saying, we have kids for a reason. There's a reason behind it. And I think what's lost on American society at this point is that's gone. And maybe not gone, but it's depleting big time at a very large rate because you have a big issue with overpopulation where eventually you might see where America might have to adopt the Chinese policy of one kid. And I don't think you ever see that here in America because people might lose their shit, but it's not something
some
that's
people
unfounded.
think the globe is overpopulated right now.
Couldn't you argue?
Yeah, because I just drove to Bowling Green, Missouri a few days ago,
And there's nothing but farmland.
there was
yeah.
nary a sight of a person on the way there.
It's gonna be like Krypton. It's gonna fucking blow up.
Jesus Christ.
It's gonna be done.
That's why we're stocking up on alcohol now.
Hey, we know when the fucking end of the world goes, we're going to Jay's place. We're gonna drink ourselves into fucking oblivion.
You know,
Go
most of those
swimming,
bottles
too.
are empty, right?
I'll either go to Jay's place or my friend Ryan, who has a
No,
safe
I remember.
with like 36
I listened to episode
weapons
7
in it.
when he's like, he goes, my friend's coming. He goes, but I got my war room beer. I'm like, oh, let's get fucked up.
You pound her and you say, thank you, have a good evening.
That's what I say to Lori every night. See you, baby.
Oh,
Jesus.
man.
Oh, well done,
Okay.
sir. Jeez.
Lori, on a scale of 1 to 10, you have to get on the mic for this real quick. No, you have to get on the mic.
Come on, no, get up on the mic. Come on, come here. Come here.
This is a scientific question that we're posing.
And we don't hold back here, so.
Come on.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how does Steve look naked?
Oh, Jesus. I don't want to
She's
hear
not
the answer to
gonna
that.
That's a loaded question,
Man,
man.
that's like a 2, I think. She just sat back down.
Probably a 10 because I shaved my junk, so it's all good.
Oh, man. That was the stubble feeling I felt.
I don't want this to be part of our podcast.
As Dave Chappelle said, and my balls are smooth as eggs.
They fragile as eggs.
So, Matt, watch any documentaries recently?
Yeah, I would love to move on to whatever topic.
I
is
love
next.
that. Tony's uncomfortable about talking about his first pornographic thing. Everybody's just like, oh, somebody said balls. Oh, let's move on to some documentaries about
'Cause
sexual intercourse.
All you want to do is talk about balls, pounding it, sausage pancake party, watermelon-sized
His dad
vagina,
just walked
in.
and everything
We
else.
got the on-air line.
How
Hey,
about-
Tony's talking about nailing it. All
I
right.
have a if we could get above the fucking 6th grade mentality here, maybe move on to a
Because we
little.
were talking about the social impact of divorce. Down
Yeah.
with fucking smooth as egg balls.
Yeah, I didn't see the smooth segue there, so I
The
apologize.
segue was as smooth as
Oh,
his
here we
balls.
go. Tony the Diva. Let's get on track, guys. All right.
I
I'm a
told
fu-
you I don't like when you.
I'm an
argue. It makes you
ex-broadcast
uncomfortable.
center professional. Fuck you guys. Let's go.
You look like a retard golfer. You're here because you can work the soundboard.
He just laughs.
I'm sorry.
He has
I'm
nowhere
gonna-
He has nowhere to go. He has
See,
nowhere
this
to
is why
go.
the
I have
divorce,
nowhere to
no,
go.
this is why the divorce rate is so high. This right here, you two arguing.
This is why they're damaged kids from divorce.
This makes Matt uncomfortable, you guys.
Brought to you by Bamba, Jewish peanut butter snack. Next,
Well, I think we were going to touch on the Chinese economy, but I think we did that when we talked about putting on death.
Matt, you
matches to
should.
pay off our debt.
You should. He's smiling, so it's all good. My dad's
Oh,
smiling.
I know.
speaking of your dad, yesterday your parents were over at my place,
Yeah?
and we have a new term for boobs now: beaver tails. the flat ones that just kind of lay down.
oh Jesus,
Yeah, see? You could thank Steve's dad for that.
Oh, that's.
Oh my! Oh my! But yeah, I don't know if I have too much to hit on in regards to the Chinese economy bubble bursting, and we could say about overpopulation and
No.
bucket stuff.
That's good because is it last week or 2 weeks ago when the stock market were at like Dow's at like at 19,700,
They crushed
highest
1,000 points.
But
yeah.
and then China's thing, they had the China sell-off. Ours goes down almost 2,000 points. Who fucking cares about China's economy? It's like
We're a
our
global
economy's.
economy.
I know,
It's-
but
it's
it's like
entirely
it's like
global economy.
why should our Dow? No, this thing is, but
Because our money is their money.
I know, but then you see everything else. The Dow goes fucking plummeting. Gas prices go up to like $2.50, but then everything rebounds. It's like, hey, gas is $1.99 on Labor Day weekend.
$2.50 still isn't bad after a few years ago.
Well, you think that they would have learned from our mistakes is what I think we can get to. Their economy crash is based off of a housing bubble as well. They've gone and done major investment on infrastructure throughout the country, and they have what's called these ghost cities. And me and Tony
I
saw
saw
a
that.
little bit on Vice.
I saw Tony's picture.
In regards to, basically, you have a full-fledged city. Maybe the size. Let's just use St. Louis for example. You have a city the size of St. Louis with 1,000 people living in it. How that won't impact your economy, where you're investing millions upon millions of dollars, where you have no rate of return. Nobody's there to invest back into it because you built it off false pretenses that you'd have money coming back. And so they're doing exactly what we did. They have people in China betting on these cities failing, and people are making ridiculous money on failed investments.
This sounds like the League of Shadows.
This sounds like Ameristar Casino because everybody playing roulette's fucking Asian.
Oh, Jesus.
oh, God damn it!
Prove me wrong.
Oh, my. And so... And so basically, yeah, the bottom fell out is what happened in regards to their bubble bursting. And they've basically put a stop on new IPOs, and prices didn't keep up with profit.
Oh, we no
And so
longer
what they're
silver
doing
to
now,
try
they're
to
doing the same.
beef.
They're,
Oh,
they're
no.
recouping. They're doing the same thing we did. They're cutting rates down the lowest they've ever been in China, and we'll see if they recuperate. Because basically, what happened, what impacts them will impact us. And again, it goes towards overpopulation in regards to people not giving a fuck about other people and
Hey.
stepping up and doing the right thing. We've always
Joe?
talked about that in previous podcasts. People stepping up and doing.
What would Kim Jong Un say about those cities?
Oh, you really fuck now.
They're so rory, so shattery and rory.
So Ronry. A riddle Ronry.
Oh my god!
It's funny because he's Asian.
It's South Park's version of an Asian. I think is why it's.
Yes.
But anyway,
Can I pee?
Triple J. Yeah, you said let's segue from going from the issues in China to to
I just
documentaries
have
that
to
we've
pee.
seen recently.
Maybe out of my butt. Not really.
And Joe has left the building.
This message is brought to you by Joe's Hot Poops.
Okay, Toner, we're gonna do documentaries. Get us on track with documentaries.
All right.
Okay, let's do documentaries.
All right. So I recently watched Harmontown about Dan Harmon, who created Community.
Okay.
He's got a podcast, and they followed him on a tour. And, I mean, it showed a little bit of people that worked with him. Went into a little bit what happened with Community, being pulled off the air, put back on, problems with Chevy Chase. But it was just entertaining because it showed what people thought of him. And apparently he can be difficult to work with because he's got this vision of what he sees. And when it doesn't work out that way, he can get pretty testy about it. Like one of the things was he worked on Sarah Silverman's show as a writer, and he had all these ideas, and when they didn't work out, it caused a lot of conflict, and he ended up getting fired from the show, even though he's good friends with Sarah Silverman. Mm-hmm. But and it looked at a lot of the podcasting stuff, which was interesting just from my standpoint. So it was a solid documentary. Got me listening to his podcast now.
And then one I've seen recently, I've seen two, but the one I'll talk about first is Euro Dreams of Sushi is the one I've watched.
That's been on Netflix forever, and I've always looked at it and never watched it. It
is really captivating, really interesting. And the reason why I found it so interesting was because you have this man that's in his 80s, and he's still so into perfecting his craft. Being a chef, never getting tired of it, creating a new menu all the time, and really just never settling, you know, saying, I'm going to push myself to be the best at what I do. And that just set it over the top. But the part that I really enjoyed about it was the fact they show you his sons and trying to live up to a legacy. And can that really be done? You have someone that's seen worldwide as the best at what they do. And could you ever live up to it? And the documentary goes into, we'll have to see once he passes, but it had to do, you know, Japanese culture, you know, following in the father's footsteps and all that stuff. Just a really captivating, intriguing documentary. It just gives you a new respect for basically the culinary culture, but also the culture of family and living up to expectations and all that stuff. And then the one I just finished watching before we started our podcast was Going Clear, the Scientology documentary on HBO. And that will mess with you if you haven't seen it. Toner, I know, watched a little bit of it.
I've heard
Steve's
of it.
watched a little bit of it.
Wow.
It's on my DVR. I will knock it out.
It gives you a glimpse of why religion can be so scary. And I don't even know if you can classify this as a religion. It truly is more of a cult.
It is a cult.
It's a cult
it is
versus a religion.
Fucking cult. Oh my god.
And it'd be almost a matter of, is brainwashing involved? Because the fact that a guy that wrote science fiction basically took stuff out of his stories and wanted to create something just for the reason of tax exemption. That is the only reason why the Church of Scientology exists, is because it's a for-profit organization that wanted to not pay taxes. It's the thing we discussed before we started the podcast was, how is this a religion where it doesn't really provide you with a direction in life as far as morals and values? The premise of Scientology is self-betterment, where other religions are, you concentrate on being morally right, but then you do it for your community around you. This had nothing to do with that. Scientology has nothing to do with it. The science fiction aspect of it really plays into showing how crazy these people are. I couldn't believe what I was watching, and the fact that it's a multi-billion-dollar entity as far as the Church of Scientology. Just a total insanity, complete insanity, and the fact that it's so prevalent in Hollywood. You wonder why we get nothing but crap out of Hollywood, because these people are insane. The people that are involved with it.
To be fair, Hollywood's run by a lot of Jewish people.
Jesus Christ.
I peed, by the way.
We're glad you're back.
Fucking asshole.
Well, you just walked right into that one, man.
Do you guys watch? You watched Last Week Tonight with John Oliver at all?
Yeah.
Did you see where he went after the televangelist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Our Lady of Perpetual Exemption.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But what's crazy, a show like his, like mostly his, maybe Jon Stewart when he was still on the Daily Show and the Colbert Report. When you make fun of something that is ridiculous as like churches and the tax exemption and how the IRS handles it, and you bring it to the forefront, but like, look at this shit. How are these people getting away with this?
Well, in Scientology, how it worked was they went after the IRS. They were not suing just the IRS. They went after individuals that worked in the IRS. So the people that worked in the IRS, they had their own, basically, lives to worry about, where they're like, I just work for a government entity. How are they going to sue me? But they were named in lawsuits, and basically how they got their exemption status was because they just gave up. There was so much litigation coming their way that basically there was behind closed doors. They said, look, all this goes away as soon as we get our exemption. And you're talking about a $1 billion corporation getting tax exemption.
I know. What are you, GE? Sorry.
Oh, watch out for this guy.
Toner might end up in a river. That's all I'm saying.
Wow. Fucking
But,
crazy.
but I mean, here, and I'm going to point out something else that kind of blew me away in the documentary itself, which is might make you watch it and go, I got to see this. They go into these different levels that you reach within the church, and at one level they give you a briefcase, a locked, closed briefcase that has handwritten instructions about the theology behind Scientology. And basically, L. Ron Hubbard writes that 75 million years ago there were humans, I guess, and they were frozen and taken to outer space. Now, mind you, this is a religion.
I'm listening. Go on.
They're frozen and taken to outer space and then dropped into volcanoes.
Yeah.
And then when the volcanoes erupted, their spirits and souls would go into everybody else's on Earth's spirits and souls. And that's how you get a soul, is from another human being. And the Thetans are you trying to get these people out of you. You look at me with a puzzled look on, what the fuck did you just say? This is their religion, Toner. That's why you're looking at me like that.
I
This
see.
is what-
I see nothing wrong with that.
South Park explained it clearly.
Oh god.
It's just pure insanity, and I just find it's an atrocity that they do what they do, and it's a lot of the stuff that they go into detail. You need it. I highly recommend it. Watch if you want to watch something really messed up.
I'm definitely going to look into it. It just amazes me with kind of all cults, how these people get these like sheep to follow them and to buy into this nonsense. It's like, oh my god.
Speaking of sheep and binding nonsense, enjoy our podcast.
Please listen every Thursday.
Take
You
that.
mean like passing around a donation basket at church?
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, you were talking about the Scientologist thing. Oh man, James Randi. You guys know who that guy is? The older guy who debunks all psychics and all that stuff. That's what he's known for. There's a documentary about him on Netflix too, and there's one section where he's talking about the televangelists who are picking people out of crowds and they know everything, where they live, and he brought a undercover. Tony's adjusting his chair. Tony's adjusting his chair like Austin Powers. And basically, there's one scene where he brings an undercover cop or something like that to one of those televangelist gigantic gatherings, and he has a radio, like a monitor, and they pick up the guy's inner ear piece, the televangelist, and he had a woman the entire time, and he's a very well-known person too. He pretty much got shut down after that.
Yeah, of course.
She was telling him, oh, you know, this woman threw her slip in, she lives here, here's her ailments, blah blah blah, and boom, sure enough, and he'd be talking like quietly, he's like, you gotta talk a little louder here, I can't hear you, and so I mean, it's all just kind of.
That was a Steve Martin movie in the 80s.
Was it?
Leap of Faith.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
That's literally how they did it, though.
I just hate that they pry on people that, for lack of a better term, have common sense. They're just so lost in their own life. They just want to turn to something to give them meaning, and you're just preying on weak people. And I can't stand that.
Look at
That's
John
what our podcast
Travolta.
does.
Yeah.
He's
That's
got
what
a
our podcast does.
We prey on the weak.
I have a runway that leads up to my house with a Boeing 707 and a fucking G5, and they're parked outside my house. Seriously. Check this
You're
out.
listening to the Nerdcast podcast.
Yeah. No. Let's look at this.
I've seen. Yeah, John Travolta's got his own private jet.
No, he's got a Boeing 707 that he keeps. There it is right here. There's the 707, and
That is a little hard.
look at it. And that's the thing is,
Look at it. He's not even parking between the fucking lines.
Yeah,
he's a
he's like,
fucking jerk.
Honey, he's like, oh my god.
see, there's
Honey,
his there's
you're
his
like,
G
oh my god, pull that in
there's
the
his
garage.
G5, and look at that. It's big enough to put. It's just an overhang, just like for a fucking carport. So it's a goddamn jet port.
Yeah.
He's got 2 jet ports for his. And then see that Boeing 707. He spent like $200 million to restore that thing.
Why does John Travolta have so much money? Do you think it's because of Scientologists?
Look who's talking.
Look
who's talking
Saturday,
too. Thank
Saturday
you.
Night Fever. Really?
There's some.
What is he in
no,
anymore
when I was
that's
watching,
like-
No, mind you, he's a big part of the documentary
Well,
I
yeah,
watched.
Grease, but that was.
But still,
like
I mean,
1980 or something.
That's the thing. It's like this stuff here. It's like before. Okay, take his movies, Grease, Saturday Night Fever, Staying Alive, and all those like early movies. See how they were like normal. He did that stuff, Tony Manero, all that shit. He gets into Scientology. Look where his fucking movies are at. It's
Broken
like
Arrow, man. He was
Broken
really
Arrow
good.
was.
Face Off.
It was Face Off,
yeah.
but see,
It
Bro-
all started with Pulp Fiction, though. His revival.
that was the revival of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but either way, I mean,
He
he
got offered everything and didn't know how to say no.
I guess.
Yeah, he's like, oh my god. That's my only John Travolta
I just-
impersonation. Oh my god.
I just, it's amazing. He's.
The only actor with a problem saying no more than him would be Samuel L. Jackson.
And
But he's not Scientology.
I was gonna say,
No,
and
he's
Nicolas
not.
Cage.
I think he just says yes. 'cause
Well,
he
Christopher
likes
Walken.
shit.
Christopher Walken said he doesn't say no to
Look
a
at
role.
that shit.
Yeah, he's got his own runway. I mean, that's
It's like
what
a
I'm saying. How
10,000
does John Travolta have so much money?
Do you know how much? Okay, if that's like a 9,000 or 10,000 foot runway, the like concrete, because when they were redoing Lambert, the thickness of the concrete, those are 3 to 5 feet thick. Like that's like $500 million for that shit right there. I was like, Jesus Christ!
I wouldn't
man.
be surprised if the Church of Scientology probably
Dude,
throws him some
there's
bones.
gotta
here.
be
Because,
something.
he's a
there's
spokesperson.
gotta
Yeah.
be something.
So
Well, he
again,
probably
it's
has
just
events
messed
at their
up.
house where they can just fly people up to him.
Probably,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Hey, when you have a jet port, hey, you with the
Like, yo, stable boy, give me a massage.
Well,
huh?
then it's a matter
Yeah,
of,
here,
hey,
you
you join
with the,
Scientology, all your dreams are going to come true. Look,
here,
you'll be as
you with
wealthy
the
as me. if you join
Learjet, just
Scientology.
park over on Pod 2.
You
all
could
right?
be in a disco show. Oh.
I fully expect our podcast to be bugged after this. They're going to come after us.
That's just crazy.
All right, Steve, what'd you watch?
Oh, a few years ago, my cousin John introduced me to The King of Kong. It's a documentary of
Donkey Kong.
Yeah, Donkey Kong. These kids that were like fucking geniuses. Donkey Kong. I mean, they could play this shit with their eyes closed, everything else. But then you go from the early 80s till it was present day, so that was 2011 or 2010, 2011. And they like get back together and all this stuff. And this one guy had he had mastered it. He went so far that the game like stopped. And the Donkey Kong board, air quotes again, like they literally there is a like a secret society of them. They judge this shit, so they like have one person there that judges this. So he plays, he gets to a certain level, and he's like the grandmaster. But then they revoke his status because of a suspect board that he put in his machine. But at the very end of the movie, they go about like 6 months after the filming of the whole documentary. He comes back and he beats the game as he's recording it with the board certified Donkey Kong machine that he has in his garage. And finally, but it's literally, there's a guy 40 fucking years old crying because they revoked his status. It's like, it's not pathetic, but it's just like these people are that in depth with Donkey Kong from when they were kids. it messes them up that bad. It was
Steve Wiebe, that's his name, by the way.
yeah. Thank you. It's
And the villain in the movie's Billy Mitchell.
Billy Mitchell. Yeah, Billy Mitchell was like those two would come up and like literally they were in New York. They had a fucking parade for Donkey Kong. They like the whole. It was like there was like 30, 40 people lined up on a float, and it's like, yeah, this is the Donkey Kong World Tournament, and they literally have like all these machines lined up like a fucking casino, and they're all playing Donkey Kong.
Honey, I beat it. I'm
You
sorry,
guys
but your
did-
wife
Yes,
left 4
if
months
that's
ago.
him.
If you
That
guys
is him.
don't, if you guys weren't scared of Billy Mitchell, I dare you to look up his photo with the American
Billy Mitchell,
flag tie.
because I remember seeing this documentary. He was always trying to say that the other guy. Well, I don't know. Was it a matter of cheating or just it was a matter of scoring? Or
what it
something like
was
that?
was this was prior to the technology we have now. They would literally set up a VCR at their television of them playing, or whatever arcade game playing. So that would be their way, if they weren't there in person, to mail in their proof of their score. Well, Billy Mitchell at one point had a VHS tape, and when he sent his score in, it looked like somebody kind of edited, like you could see it skip a little bit. So that was a controversy at this. It's an arcade in Iowa, basically, that it all takes place at.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
and
seen it. I
that's
saw it a
still
long
around.
time
And,
ago.
and
It's a
that's the
good
thing.
documentary.
It's the one guy. Fuck, what's his name?
So Jesus Christ,
Steve?
the Illuminati is now in King Kong too.
No, it's just a bunch of dudes that want to get the high score in a game. This one's about King
Well,
Kong.
I think it has to do
Oh,
with the
so they're
other
virgins.
documentary I watched as far as the sushi
no,
one.
Steve Wiebe's married, and Billy Mitchell has his own hot
It's
sauce.
just
so-
about perfect. It's about getting so. It's about the obsession with perfection. Is all
Yeah,
it
and
really
see, here's
was.
the thing: it's this guy right here in this picture. See, it's like he has a fucking referee shirt on, and he's watching him play. This is the guy that like breaks down because he's like he spent like take 80s technology, but he spent all his like literally every bit of money he ever made trying to get his Donkey Kong machine up to specs so he could fucking play this game and record it. But like you said, the other guy, Billy Mitchell's like, they're like, he gets there like, no, that's not proper. It's not correct. So we're gonna deny you. It's like, I mean, this guy like loses his shit. His wife is like consoling him. He is like crying like death.
Jesus.
That referee shirt doesn't make that guy look any less creepy.
No, that's the guy
Yeah.
that owns. So
Hey
there's a
kids, you want some
He's the one that owns
candy?
the
there's,
arcade, right?
there's an arcade in Iowa called Twin Galaxies that's
Yes.
still around. Because Steve, I actually am doing research while I'm talking about this. So.
Well,
but,
thought
there you
you
go,
were
right
Kong.
there.
no, I know my Kong, bro. But yeah, it's a good. Yeah, there's Billy and his hot sauce. It's a good documentary because you think it's about one video game, but it's
I'm trying to
crazy
find.
how intense these people.
Well,
are.
I'm trying to find the picture of
Which
it where
is
they
still
have.
like that with gaming. I mean, geez, they have freaking what is it called, Twitch Fest or what's it called, TwitchCon? Sorry, I'm probably getting it wrong. It's up in Seattle. It just happened. And that's for the gamers that broadcast themselves on Twitch and all that kind of stuff. So
Was Bobby there?
he might have been.
Oh, what's that?
He had his
What's
out of
that?
office on for 2 weeks.
What's that? Oh God.
Live via Skype.
Yeah, it's what Joe just did.
Chickswithdicks.com.
No. The what you were just talking about, they had it in at
Twitch?
fucking Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, it's huge now.
And it's like these, and it's like there's 10 people. They're sitting all on these fucking like Alienware, like my Alienware laptop. They have the actual fucking towers. The towers are like $7,000-$8,000 because they have like radiator cooling in them. And these guys are losing their shit on stage, like the gaming episode from fucking South Park. I mean, they are losing their minds.
Well, that's their
over
form
this.
of rejection because none of them have actually talked to a chick yet. So
But then again, you have to remember, as far as these cons and
Just kidding,
these
Alfie.
competitions, it's a serious money for these
Oh.
guys. You're talking about $1 million person, and whatnot.
Millions.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I can understand their.
there was
their
one I
buy-in
want to
to
say
it.
in Seattle. One of them was $7 million or something.
Jesus.
These guys spend like just take like a art like RC hobby stuff that my dad's got. Like, they those planes they spend like they actually have like mini turbine engines. They're like $6,000-$7,000. These guys are spending like mortgages on houses for gaming and computers. It's fucking nuts. I mean, yeah, I just spent almost $70 on a microphone, but hey, who cares? I sound
Blessed.
Hashtag humble brag.
good. Hey, Guitar Center's having a Labor Day sale. Happy Labor Day, everybody. Milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not
we
in your
need
hand.
feminism
My name's
because-
Jay.
All right.
Where are we at here, real quick?
I don't know. We need to.
I think that's
You're
it.
supposed to keep us on
We
track.
got our
We can do
quiz. We got our
120.
Urban
We're at
Dictionary
120.
quiz.
Push that to the next one.
We can
Wanna
push
push
to the
that?
next one.
All right.
I also want to give a shout out to myself because I'm going to write I think I'll write a review on Until Dawn, the video game. So look for that on Nerdcast.
Weird.
Okay, well, since you're going to plug your article, I'm going to plug one of mine as well. I'm going to be doing a write-up. September 13th is approaching. That is the anniversary of Tupac Shakur's death.
God, who
So,
cares?
I care. fucker. So, I'm going to be doing a posthumous. I don't like to use big words in front of you guys because I don't think you know what posthumous means.
I was
but-
called posthumous.
Yeah, well, if you don't know what it is, you know me. I'm a purple person. You don't know what I'm talking about? Fucking Google it because I don't care. It's a posthumous greatest hits release.
That's going to be Tony's tagline from now on. Fuck you, Google it.
Yeah.
And we're going to cut
Fuck
that.
you, watch it.
Yeah,
Google
fuck
it.
you, watch it, or fuck you, Google it. That's going to
Fuck
be
you,
him
listen to us.
every time.
So yes, I'm going to actually contribute an article to our website, Nerdcast, NYRDCAST for fuckers who can't spell.
Me and Joe also need to write our bios.
Yes.
I did, kind of. I just need to add it.
Oh.
I pretty much ripped off Kim Jong-un's bio and just inserted my own name in it.
I love riding roller
So
coasters
that's
with
what
all
we got.
my
So we got some
people.
teasers for what's going to hit the website, and what about episode 14?
Oh yeah, let's do a little tease for
Ooh.
14 to
Yes.
wrap this up.
Yes.
Look at Wes Craven, recently
Oh,
departed.
rest in
Oh,
peace,
yes.
Wes.
We'll have some Blade talk, some Marvel Blade talk, and then some couple movie reviews. And then I'm really looking forward to the Urban Dictionary quiz. I think that'll be fun.
That and
We're
the
gonna-
drinking stories.
Let's
Oh,
lead
yeah.
off.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah. Let's
I'm
lead
ready
off
for
with
this
that.
shit.
I have a feeling you're going to get a boner about episode 13, even if you're a chick.
Oh, man.
Ooh, chick boners, the best of the
Man,
boners.
I know.
China clit.
Oh,
The little
Jesus
man in the boat stands up.
The Pac-
Lori, do you want to say anything about that?
the Pakistani drill press, what I'll be doing on her later.
Oh, Jesus. Pakistani drill press.
Wow.
What the fuck is that?
Those beaver tails are gonna go wild.
Do you really want to know this? 'Cause it's going to put a picture in your head.
Oh,
Or the
okay.
baked chicken.
Okay. I think we're done here.
Or the reverse Pakistani drill press.
Oh my lord!
Okay.
This is Steven between podcasts.
No, isn't it like
No.
Lori wants to know what am I getting myself into?
Okay.
Literally into.
When Lori's done, it looks like she sat on a stove.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, we're done. We're done. I want to thank everyone for listening to episode 13 of the Nerdcast podcast.
Hopefully you come back for 14.
Yeah, if we haven't been deleted from iTunes, we'll I guess we'll
Or
find
no,
out.
YouTube.
Or YouTube. Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
you, YouTube.
iTunes cool.
Socialist bastards.
Yeah,
iTunes could be next.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
more than likely. Once again, thank you for listening. I go by the name of Toner.
My name is Joe, and I like to withdraw the.
Matt.
Jay.
Sound guy Steve. Happy Labor Day, everybody.
And Lori.
And Lori. Yeah, that's right.
Yell bye.
hi, goddammit.
hello?
So until
Or
next
bye.
time. Yeah.
Okay.
Or bye.
Hi,
whatever.
welcome to the podcast.
So until next time.
Pakistani drill.
God damn it, I'm trying to do an outro. So until next time, do whatever it is you do. Peace.
See ya.